advisory teacher. I know, we'll probably get it tomorrow. We have like 3 weeks, so it's nothing a big rush. Sit down here, everybody, so we don't have to shout as loud. to think about with your enrollment. You have finally earned your way to the 4th year, and that is really exciting, especially considering what the last few years have looked like. And so I'm always excited to do the senior meeting. So you guys will be getting a blue sheet. Hold up your blue sheet, so some of you that have it. It doesn't matter if you do it today or tomorrow. It's no big deal. You guys have seen these sheets a million times. They look just like the sheet you had last year, pretty much. But you'll get this in your advisory. The first step to enrollment is to fill out that blue sheet. If you're new here, at Valley Center. Your friends can help you. You guys have done this, what now, 6 years? Since you're 7th graders, I think. No, 8th graders. So you're going to fill out the blue sheet. If you need to know what you need to graduate, where do you go? Actually, there's an easier answer than that. Zello. You go to Zello Course Planner, and your Zello Course Planner is individualized to you. If you failed 7 classes, it's going to show you that. If you haven't taken speech yet, it's going to show you that. So go to Zello Course Planner, and that will tell you, first of all, what you need to graduate. Now, some of you are going to get in there and get kind of confused because your Zello is a little... The more classes you haven't passed, the more messed up your Zello is. But if you pass most of your classes, it's really easy to use. So, first of all, as a senior, the only classes you have to take are English, and you have options there. You can take regular English, you can take college credit English, you have to meet some testing standards to take college credit English, or you can take applied English. Applied English is for students that are going into either going to a 2-year college after high school or going straight into the workforce. And it kind of has a focus on that to prepare you. Senior English is your regular senior English, just like junior English kind of was. And then college credit will get you Comp 1 and Comp 2 at WSU Tech. You have to test in on the ACT that you're going to be taking March 1st. March 1st, or if you've taken the ACT before. I think that the test-in score is still an 18 in reading and an 18 in English and a 15 in reading, I think. But we'll go over that once the testing scores come in. Just do the best you can on the ACT in March if you want to take college credit. And then also, any of those bottom 4 classes that you can take anytime during high school, you're going to have to get your computer credit, or you guys are the last class that can take a computer class for that option. All the other classes have to take consumer and personal finance. You guys get to choose one or the other. And if you go into Zello and you click on computer credit, it will tell you all the options available for that class. If you haven't taken your speech credit, you can take speech, forensics, debate, college credit speech, or communications in the workplace. A fine arts credit, there's a lot of options there. And then your social studies one. And I'm not talking about world history here or junior or U.S. history. We're talking about psychology, sociology, religions and world history, or current events. Okay? It is highly recommended, but not required, that you take a 4th math if you're going to a 4-year college. You don't want to take a year off math. It's the first thing you forget, trust me. So, a lot of you will have the opportunity to take college algebra, and I would really recommend getting that done now, so you don't have to do that next year. It's also recommended, not required, to think about a 4th science. We have some great sciences here at Valley Center, and so think about human A&P, or AP chemistry, or physics, biology too. There's a lot of options. If you're going into a 2-year college, you still probably definitely need to consider that 4th year of math. Any upper level classes you can take, exploration classes and career. The biggest thing, guys, I want to say to you seniors, you have now waited 4 years to be the top of the food chain. Your requests go into IC first. And if you waste your requests and you don't get any classes you really want to take next year, every year I'll have somebody that picks library A twice, TA twice, office A twice, and they don't fill out any of the applications. They just lost 6 requests because they aren't going to get any of those. I'm going to take them off, and then I'm going to pull them in August and say, well, that class is full, that class is full, that class is full. You can pick. Do you want to take this class or this class? Well, I don't want to take either one. Yes, you shouldn't have wasted your choices. Don't waste your choices as a senior. You have 3 weeks to fill this thing out. Pick classes you would actually be okay with taking if you had to take them. Okay? The basic requirements are if you're going straight into the workforce. We have some great options here like WSU Tech Block. On the back of your blue sheet, once you get it, are all the block programs that we're offering. There is one change on there. They just sent in the next year's, and they're not going to be offering robotics, but they are offering drone. That's pretty cool. So if you're doing WSU Tech Block, you get to leave for half a day, You take your English, your government, any other requirements you need, or some fun classes, 3 hours a day. You take block for free, pretty much. There's maybe a few classes you have to pay for, but it's pretty much free. And you get a year of college education done before you graduate high school. So WSU to block is something to seriously think about, especially if you're already considering going into a vocational school after high school. So these are the graduation requirements. You kind of look them over, you kind of know what they are. Your individualized Zello will tell you what you need. I will say I've seen two kinds of Zellos, three kinds of Zellos. One is they're in the senior year, they need English government, and they're going to have to fill English government, and then you have to pick 14 classes, so you're going to have to pick 11 electives. Crazy! It's kind of hard to do, so you're going to have to really think about that. Or I've seen quite a few of them that have a lot of those bottom classes left to choose. Computers, fine art, speech. And if you need a lot of those, they're kind of at the bottom of Zello, they're purpley pink. You'll have to pick up those as well. 14 classes, 4 electives, and then you will hit submit. So kind of look those over. Okay, if you're thinking about going to college after high school, which I would guess 90% of you are, we really recommend the basic 5 classes to take as dual credit. You can take so much dual credit here. Sky's the limit. But if you're overwhelmed by that or you don't know where to start, we recommend the basic 5. Comp 1, Comp 2, college algebra, or pre-calculus, which gives you kind of another option in there too. Psychology and sociology, or sociology and speech. Those are going to transfer to any college in Kansas. They're almost always needed for any program, and they're good ones to get done while you're here. If you know exactly where you're going to go and exactly what major you're going to go into, look online. I always say, if you guys are going to buy a new iPhone, you spend 3 hours online researching it, but you won't spend that much time looking at the college you're going to go to for 4 years and spend $60,000 on. Get into that website, look at it, see what you need for your degree. You can print off every class you need, and then you can kind of go through and see what we offer and start getting started on knocking some of those out. They're going to be a lot cheaper here as a WSU class than WSU Tech than anywhere you're going to go next year. And other ones that are interested in, Human A&P, our sciences are tricky on if they transfer or not and where they are, and I won't make any promises because every college is a little bit different, but if you know where you're going to go, this is where your counselor can really help you figure out what will transfer where, at least show you how to look at that. Biology too. Chemistry, and then CNA and medical term. We have a lot of kids interested in the health field. Those are all classes that would be excellent choices if you're going into the health field. Some of them are free. If they're considered kind of CTE classes, it's kind of hard to generalize when they're free, but some of them are free. Most are $80 a credit hour, which is still, you guys, how much is your one master's class right now? $1,500 for one class in her master's. So if you can get one class for $240, that's a big difference, okay? So take advantage of some of that, some of those classes if you can afford that. You will sign up to receive college credit in August, okay? Don't worry about it now. You just mark college credit speech. You mark college credit English. You worry about getting signed up for it in August when you're part of that class. Hitting everything there? Okay, if you want to do a block, I kind of talked about blocks. There's some awesome ones. Welding, CATIA, police science, like I said, drones. They're all on the back of that blue sheet when you guys get it. If you're interested in doing that, mark on the back. You can circle which one or ones you're interested in. There's a place on the front where you can mark WSU Block just to take up 2 of your X's. And then we'll call you in and have a meeting with you, okay? To kind of go through how to do that, to see. Now, to do a block, you're supposed to have a 2.0 cumulative GPA. It's not supposed to have, it's actually ironclad. So make sure you have been doing what you need to do to take those blocks. But I just think the block classes, if that's already what you're wanting to do, I'd rather see you do that than take a bunch of electives that you don't really want to take. And then, you're gonna, even though you'll be gone 4 hours a day, mark the rest of your enrollment sheet as if you're not gonna be gone. Here's why. There's a lot of criteria to get accepted into the block programs. Most of our kids get in if they apply, but there's criteria. And so it's easier to remove your choices than to pick choices later. Again, you're the top of the food chain. I want you to pick every class that you're interested in so that if you don't get the block or if you change your mind, you get classes you want. This is probably the first place where kids will mark 2 TAs, 2 office aides, 2 library aides, and not put any thought into their choices. And then come August, they'll come in and say, I've decided I really don't want to do that block, and there's nothing left to take. So put thought into your choices. And then we'll call you down here. I think that's it on that. There are some of the blocks if you guys want to kind of look at that. Fire science is another good one. It's hard. It's a good program. It's on the back of their blue sheet, but some of them don't have it. Do you have anything you want to add there, Ms. Down? I mean, any comments?
Not good. You're getting pretty good.
Okay. All right. Good. We will call you down. That's one of the first things we do is go through those sheets. I check the back of every single one. I check the front of every single one to see if you marked that WSU Tech. I look at Zello to see if you picked WSU Tech. I check all to Mrs. Allen to have a meeting. It's all study. Now, I will say, you guys are looking at all these seniors right now and they're not here very much, right? And you're like, that's what I'm going to do. First of all, 2 things. You can't do it first semester. Okay, I know that it feels like they're not here now, but they were here first semester. There's auditors that come in. By law, you guys have to be in school till Christmas, and so you will be here 7 hours a day this coming fall, okay? But you can take college study. So if you're interested in a class, art appreciation is one that a lot of kids take. You can take an art appreciation class online. You got to pay for it, but you'll be here. But that's 1 hour that you can be in the library or working on it. College study, you can't sign up for now because we don't know when things are going to be offered until they print the schedule at WSU Tech, which will be like May. So if you're interested in a WSU Tech class, make an appointment with one of your counselors August 1st. Okay? As soon as August hits, call in and say, I want to take some college study. I want to meet with one of you, meet with one of us, with Mrs. Allen, and we'll get you set up with a college class. Okay? Let's see. And we don't put you in until we're proved that you're taking a class. And if you don't pass that class, an F goes on your transcript, just so you know. But you will be here all. That's the other reason I think kids don't take a lot of time to put in legit classes into their enrollment, because they think, I'm not going to be here. I'm a senior. I'm going to be here 3 hours a day. You'll be here 7 hours a day first semester. Second semester, we can narrow you down to just what you need to be here for. Okay? So, pass your classes first semester, put some thought into your classes. Next one, internship. Okay, internship is awesome, you guys. It's kind of taken a back seat in the last couple of years because of COVID, but I'm hopeful that next year we've they said on the news today we're moving from pandemic to endemic. So maybe next year, next year you'll be able to do internships and things like that. And if you are, what you're going to do, again, there's nowhere to mark on your enrollment sheet that you want to do internship. So you're going to complete it as if you're not going to do internship, but there is a place on the website for you to complete an application for internship. Is that on the counseling website?
There is an internship. If they go to the 262.
Oh, it has its own little link, internship. And then there's an application. It's not a hard application. They've narrowed it down so it's pretty easy, but if you want to do that, guys, we can send you to work in a doctor's office for 2 hours a day. If you're interested in teaching, we send you down to the elementary for a couple hours a day. We've had kids working at stores in town that are interested in marketing and they're doing window displays. We've had kids follow engineers for a couple of hours a day. Our dog park here in town was kind of created through an internship and planned through an internship here. So there are some awesome opportunities. That is one way to get to leave a little bit first semester, is an internship. So if you're interested in that, you complete your enrollment as if you're not going to get an internship, but you will fill out the application online. I keep coming back to pick 14 classes you're willing to take. All right? What else are there? Oh, I got it all. Okay. Office aides, TAs, library aides. Okay, let's go in order. Office aides. Guys, we use Office Aids. It's a really important job. It's not an easy job. It's important. There's an application with Mrs. Nash in the front office. You'll have to take some things around to teachers. It's fun. I mean, you're kind of in the know. You're up there to know what's going on. Your kids are coming in and out. It's fun, but it is not easy. But we need them. So fill out those applications if you're interested. Library aid, it fills up fast. There's only a few spots available. Those applications will be available with Mrs. S in the library. And then TAs. Every teacher can have 2 TAs. There's a few exceptions of ones that get more, but 2 TAs. They have the 2 applications in their offices right now. Visit with the teacher that you want to TA for. If they want a TA, if they're willing to take you as a TA, they'll give you an application, you fill it out, and then you bring it to one of our offices, or they bring it to one of our offices, whichever one works out, but it has to get to us. If you mark TA on your Zello and you don't have an application, I come in the summer and work on TAs, I don't give you a TA. Okay? You have to have the application. Now, if you have the application done and don't have it marked in your Zello, then I will probably give it to you. I'll probably look through and try to figure out which class you wouldn't want to take, but then it's me guessing. So it's really best if you do both. Same with library. Please do not click library aid, Office Aid, and TA if you don't plan to fill out an application. You're just wasting a spot on your enrollment.
And I'll add something.
Yeah.
That's okay. So on TA, every year we get 2 teachers that have the same kid apply for both teachers. And they say, well, this kid said they want to be my TA. Another teacher said, well, they said they want to be my TA. One teacher, okay? Some kids will split one semester with one teacher and one with the other, but really it's best if you can just do one full year with one teacher or another. So don't go to one teacher and take an application and go to another teacher and take an application, because both of them think they're getting you for the whole year.
Good point.
Okay?
Okay. Senior release, only second semester. Work study. Work study is if you need some additional hours, or the thing about senior release is if you do sports, you have to be here 5 hours a day to do sports in the spring. And that's not an us rule, that's a Cation rule. But what's that? Winter sports too, so basketball and wrestling too. But 2 of the hours can be work experience if you have a job. You don't have to go during that time, but you have to have 90 hours over the course of the semester to get a half a credit, and 180 hours over the course of the semester to get a full credit. Okay? But that's something, both of those, senior release and work study, you don't put in your app. Do I have work study on that one in the bottom left-hand corner? Very, very bottom left-hand, right-hand corner. Is it on there, work study? No. Okay, that's because we can't mark it till Christmas. So you would come see us in November or December and say, I want to do this. Kind of as we're working on senior release, and we'll get it, yeah. We send that out and notify everybody in the fall. Trust me, if you want senior release, you'll get it. Yep. Early graduation. Anyone in here interested in graduating early in the fall? You can graduate in December. You have to have 22 credits. There's an application available in the counseling main office. And you might have to take summer school to get you to that. You have to be at 622 credits. You have to be at 22 and a half going into August in order to be able to graduate in December. Okay? If you're interested in that, I have 1 or 2 a year. We all have about 1 or 2 a year. Come see us and we can walk you through that process. Okay, you may need help, especially in Zello. If you transferred from another school, that's gotten better. The first couple years we used Zello, the transfer students were completely messed up in Zello. That's better. So if you're a transfer student, don't worry too much about that. If you have modified classes, they've already supposedly been inputted into your Zello. Unless we miss something, if you take modified classes, they're in there. They're locked, so you can't change them. So if something's wrong, come see us. Now, the one that, if you failed a lot of classes, which we've had a rough couple years, so that's quite a few people in here, your Zello could look really different. The biggest thing is, what I did is I went through my kids. If you're classified right now as a sophomore, which there's quite a few in here, you will not be able to enroll in Zello as a senior. But you can enroll in Zello as a junior and pick all senior classes. Don't worry too much about what column you're in. Find the column that says ready to submit and fill out that column. You just go in and as an elective, you put in senior English. As an elective, you put in government and you click on it. It will let you pick it and submit it if you're a little bit behind schedule to graduate. It just won't be in that senior column. If it doesn't say ready to submit at the top, you're wasting your time filling out that column. We will be available starting Monday in the library and in our offices. One of us will be probably 2 in the library, 1 in the office. Every single advisory. Come ask us questions. If it looks weird, we'll help you. We can override stuff. You can come in, you'll come in and say, it says I didn't take this, but I did. We can override that. We can do all kinds of things. Just come see us. Okay, so we'll show you what you need. Right up there at the top, see, this person needs English, and they need government, and then the rest of electives, but they didn't take any of their year independent classes, so they're going to have to pick speech, a social studies elective, a fine arts, and either the consumer personal finance or computers. So this student still gets to pick quite a few electives, but they're a little bit less. You guys remember Zello? How easy it is? Next. All right, so you have actually 3 weeks. Well, this week doesn't really count. You have 2 weeks after this week. You'll get your sheets tomorrow. You'll start filling those out, take them home, get them signed. Zello's open. You guys can get in, look at it. You can complete, you can submit. A lot of you it'll be really easy to submit. A lot of you, like I said, it'll be trickier. Get in there, look at your course planner, figure out what you need. Come see we're going to be doing these all this week during advisory, so we're not available until next week. But next week, come see us, ask questions. Stop in at lunch, come see us during the day if you've got questions. And then